This presentation is brought to you by Arizona State University's Julianne Wrigley Global Institute of Sustainability and a generous investment by Julianne Wrigley.
But given all of that's going on in your courage, your experience, all those things that you've done over your time, and I know that you're not done yet, is that one of the questions is, do you have any examples of false reporting? I think they also call it now alternative news, or stories that affected you or your causes, and what tactics and strategies do you employ to anticipate and minimize its impact on your mission, and what advice would you have to those that are protectors and also organizing to take action as well?
Yeah, it is all the time. And I think that it was really important that, we started using the term in northern Minnesota that we were protectors, because I'm not a protester. I had this engagement about 3 years ago with actually a tribal chairwoman on one reservation, and she said, "You're protesting." I said, "I'm not protesting." I said, "I'm here to protect the water." And so I think it's really important to claim the language and to not be trivialized or minimalized as to who we are. And I really like that, we call ourselves water protectors. I like it. And one of the, a lot of us were inspired. There was tens of thousands of people that went there. And a lot of people were inspired by their courage, And one day I was writing on my kitchen table and trying to mind my own business and write some article. I was all happy. I was home and I look up and I have 3 grandsons there. And one of them is wearing my Dapple helmet, which is a snowmobile helmet with stickers on it, because I was like, they can't shoot me in the head with a rubber bullet, it'll be a big problem, So I have a helmet for going to North Dakota, right? So one of my grandkids is wearing that. One has a gas mask on, and one has a bandana over his face. And they had pan lids, for their shields. And they're like, "We're water protectors, Granny." And I thought, there are tens of thousands of kids that are saying that right now. Let us encourage them. Let us make sure that our heroes are kept as heroes. And so I just keep thinking about that. And in northern Minnesota, we don't have exactly the same problems in the media because we are correcting Enbridge all the time. They'll put out something and we'll say, "No, that's not right." And so, but we are winning the media battle because people have seen what's happened. But in North Dakota, they just put out this big media spin on the garbage of the water protectors. They totally packaged that, and it was, really misspun. And I wrote a story for the Fargo paper called "The Filth of North Dakota." And I was like, let's just talk about filth. The 40,000 pounds of Rosol that one guy bought, which is it's a prairie dog poison, 40,000 pounds of Rosol. And he broadcast it all over the Cannonball Ranch and all over another ranch to kill the prairie dogs. And then you aren't supposed to broadcast it, you're supposed to put it in their prairie dog houses or whatever. But he broadcast it, and so then the prairie dogs died, and then the eagles ate the prairie dogs, and they died. And then the buffalo died, right? So it's let's talk about garbage, North Dakota. Let's talk about pollute. You know what I'm saying? Do not put that on us, because you're the people who do that, And so I think it's really important to always counter them, and you have to keep at it all the time. Their spin is toxic, and their spin is wrong. And I think people are now far more aware now that not that other presidents haven't been using alternative facts, but the alternative facts of this president are really amazing. This collection of alternative facts or whatever, right?
This presentation is brought to you by Arizona State University's Julianne Wrigley Global Institute of Sustainability for educational and non-commercial use only.